I'm so glad you decided to join me today. I wanted to create a podcast to remind you that skating is for everyone. On today's podcast, we're going to be talking with Michelle Hunt from the Harmony Theater Company in Heartland, Michigan. So sit back, grab a mug of your favorite beverage, and welcome to this episode of On the Ice with Bernice. And remember, everyone is welcome on the ice. Well, Michelle, I'm just so glad you could join me today on this podcast. I'm super excited to talk to you and learn more about your just journey in the skating world.
All right.
Now, can you tell me where you are right now?
I'm inside the arena in Heartland, Michigan at Ice House Skating Academy.
Oh my goodness. Now, have you just gotten through a morning of coaching?
Well, we just didn't start till noon today. We're expecting a huge snowstorm, so we're probably going to shut down a little early today.
Oh goodness. Has it been really snowy recently? I've heard about a lot of snowstorms there.
Yeah, it's been crazy cold, but we just got rid of some snow, but we're supposed to get 10 inches today starting at 3 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. Now that's a lot.
Yeah.
Now tell me, I'm wondering, how did you get into the world of skating? Have you always been a skater?
Yeah, I think since I can remember, my older brother played hockey and I have 3 sisters, and my mom used to drag us to the rink every single pretty much day to play hockey. And one day she signed us all up for learn to skate, and that was it. We all skated after that.
Oh wow. Now have all of you guys kept skating?
For the most part, my sister 1 year younger skated her whole life, but now she works at the hospital and she's pretty busy. But her daughter, both of her daughters and her granddaughters skate.
Oh wow. Well, that's really exciting. Now, when you were younger, did you skate competitively, or once you finished the basic 1 through 8 and free skate? I mean, maybe that's not how it was set up. I don't know. But did you go on to competitive skating?
I definitely skated competitively my whole life. I had kids really young, so I stopped that really early, but I skated till I was a junior lady. And I have my 6th figure test and my junior freestyle. So I skated my whole life, did triple jumps and the whole shebang.
Well, that's really cool. I did not know that.
Yes.
Now, when you were competitive skating, did you start coaching? Because I know you're a coach up in Michigan.
I didn't start coaching until I was pretty much done skating. I missed it, and I walked back into the rink one day and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to try this. And I fell in love with it, and I've been doing it for 35 years. So.
Oh my goodness, that's a long time. So why did you decide to start coaching? Was it just because you missed the competitive skating?
I did. I missed the atmosphere in the rink and just being around the sport. The sport has changed so much in the last 35 years. But I missed everything about it.
What is something, can you give me an example of that? Of something
of
that
how it's changed?
Oh, I will, yes. Give me an example of how it's changed.
Well, once upon a time, there was pretty much 2 avenues to skating. You danced or you freestyled, and that was it. And you had to be good at figures and freestyle to be competitive. And now there's just so many more doors open for different kinds of skating, and it leaves things open for kids that don't have exactly what they need to be competitive skater, So I think it's more, I think kids stay in it longer now than they used to, because it was like all or nothing when I skated. I'm excited about that in skating. There's just so many opportunities now that I didn't have when I was a kid, but now everyone has. So that's pretty cool.
So I know you guys are really big into theater, but is that the only other avenue that you guys work on at your rink, the other opportunity?
Yeah, no, well, we do showcase skating. That's really big for us. Our kids just got done an IJS competition, so we do that as well. And most of our kids dance. All our kids are ice dancers as well. We've had a couple kids in pairs. We do a little bit of everything.
Well, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of a skater who's in a couple different avenues in skating?
Well, Ashlyn Olson, she's a senior lady. I've been teaching her since she was 4 years old.
Oh wow.
She has 5 gold medals. She has a gold medal in moves, in freestyle, in solo dance, in pairs, and her she actually has 5 gold medals. And now she's competing as an adult, and we're getting ready to go to adult nationals.
Oh my
Does
goodness.
showcase still, and she teaches like crazy. She's a very busy girl, but I can't imagine her not continuing past high school because she's now 23 and she has grown so much in the last 3 or 4 years. I can't imagine her not being around,
Right.
Pretty much my whole staff is kids I've been teaching since they were 3 or 4 years old,
Oh,
which is fun.
so how did they become part of your staff? How did you start your coaching with the kids you've taught?
I don't know. I started mentoring them like at the later part of high school and the beginning of their college years. And then they just kept getting better and better at it. And it was just really easy for me because bringing a bunch of outside staff in, I felt like I was constantly like at battle with how I wanted things to go. And we have a team teaching approach here. So every staff member works with every skater. It just works really good for me because I trust them and they know how I want things to go. And we work really well together. And just like everyone has their place. There's a couple that are really into moves, that are really into jumps. And then we have my daughter Pearson is a great choreographer. And so like that whole mixture of just all that working together, it works for us.
Mm. Now, tell me the advantage of having a team of coaches versus just individual coaches.
Well, I feel like kids go through different times in their life where they need different approaches on things. And it works good to just have a different person in your lesson every other day, or sometimes 2 or 3 different people in the same day. We all just kind of stay on every single session and move around from kid to kid and help where help's needed. And we're all there when they compete. We're all there when they test. It's just nice for them to have that support, I think. So works for us.
It seems like it's more of like a family.
It definitely is. My niece still skate. Both of my nieces skate, and now my second nieces skate, and all my sisters skated, and my younger sister still teaches, and I teach with my daughter every day, and we're all like family with the rest of the staff because they all grew up together. So it is very family based, for sure.
And that does seem very inviting. What would you say to someone who is looking to find that, and where would you tell them to go if they're looking for more of a team-based approach to skating?
Honestly, I don't think there's a lot of places that are like that. I think a lot of places staff is like kind of fighting for their own income. And that's too bad. But I'm not sure there's a lot of places that are super team oriented. Not that I know of, but there's a lot of littler clubs that are probably more family oriented. I would say if you're looking for that, then you should probably look for something smaller, not like a huge club where half the staff doesn't even know your name. That never happens around here,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now, when you first started coaching, who helped you learn how to be a good coach?
I don't, you know what? I think it was a lot of trial and error for me. And I tried to like, at a few different places, try to figure out like where I fit in, because the original rink that I went into and started teaching at was an ISI rink and I didn't know anything about that. So I spent a year trying to like open my mind to learn about that. Not yeah, it really wasn't for me. So I searched around a little bit, and I did a lot of seminars and I took the kids a lot of places. I loved spending time with Jackie Brenner and Peter Collin and Audrey Wisiger. I would take the kids and just go for weeks at a time. And that's kind of how we got started.
In learning how to coach, can you give me a good example of a trial and an error you went through?
I think one of the best tools you can have as a coach is to be able to identify the problem. And a lot of coaches will just keep throwing ideas out without really saying, well, this is the problem. Let's go about it this way and try to fix it. And I think once you learn that, it's really helpful in progression.
Can you give me an example of that?
I try to teach the kids, and like the whole staff kind of works this way. Whatever happens at like the end of a jump, if you touch your right hand down, or you can just identify the problem from the beginning, whatever the mistake is at the end, you know. So we try to always back it up and decide what we did at the beginning that caused the consequence of the error at the end.
Well, that makes more
And
sense
that
than
seems to
just
work.
throwing, it's like
Try
it's like
this, try that.
yeah, it's like when you're baking something and the problem is you're putting the wrong ingredients in versus just the final
Yeah.
product.
Right. Yeah. And we always approach the technical things with a very non-emotional approach, just more like math. Steps are steps. If you do the right steps, you'll get the right answer. Start with step one and just keep it like emotion free if possible.
Oh, that's very good. And that's something I personally need to work on myself. Because
I think we all do.
yeah. Well, what would you say to someone like me who finds skating very emotional, as in, the things that like you're saying are very technical and like math. Like I think that's very good to approach things like math because that's very logical. Not that I'm good at it.
Yeah. Well, there's emotions. There's so much room for emotions in skating. There's so many places for it. It's just not going to be during like the technical part of it. You know what I mean? I love the emotional side of skating. I love just feeling a piece of music and like becoming whatever character you are portraying and just like finding your feeling in your song. I love all that about skating so much. There's a place for that too. 100%. Yeah.
So tell me where emotions don't belong.
Oh my gosh, they don't belong in jumping. 100% they don't belong in the technical side. Just like
so
think
jumping,
your way through it until you have muscle memory and then just do it.
Yeah, that's something good to remember.
Yeah.
Well, what's coming up in the Heartland skating world? You guys, I guess, have theater on ice stuff and showcase stuff.
We do. We have Michigan Showcase coming up in a month where all our teams will compete and all the showcase programs will go out for the first time, and we'll get ourselves all ready. And then not long after that, we're doing a huge ice show this year. We're doing the Lion King production. So it's going to be a really big production. And then we get ready for TOI Nationals in June, and then Showcase Nationals, just like going and going and going.
Oh my goodness.
Never stops.
Now, do you guys ever have a break?
No.
Oh goodness. Well, it must mean you really love
it. Because as soon as Showcase Nationals. Yeah, we do. We all love it around here.
Yeah. Yep. Now, What would you say to someone who wants to get into the world of skating at an older age? Do you guys have any adult skaters at your rink?
Oh yeah, we have lots of adult skaters. Yeah, we totally encourage that. I say go for it. If you want to learn something new, my gosh, do it. For sure, do it. A lot of we have a huge adult team, and we have a lot of adult skaters that will do showcase, and a lot of adult skaters that are competitive still. Our oldest adult skater on the theater team was 80, and he's recently retired, but he was awesome.
Oh my goodness.
The kids loved him. He was like our mascot. He was great.
Now, what age did he start skating?
He's been skating his whole entire life, and just kept skating a little. As he grew older, he skated a little less and did a little bit less, but he kept at it.
Well, that gives me hope in my old age.
Yeah. I think you'll be fine. Skate till you're 80.
Yeah. Well, I'm 82, so maybe I need to start taking it easy.
Okay, 90.
Well, we'll see how long it lasts. Maybe once one of my hips give out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Don't let that happen. Well, Bernice, it's been wonderful talking to you, but I actually have to get on the ice now.
Well, I got one last question for you, and it's who do you know that I should be interviewing?
How about Patrick ONeil? Do you know who Patrick ONeil is?
I do know who Patrick ONeil is. I've messaged him.
He would have a great perspective.
And he said he was too boring to interview, so I got to message him again.
Yeah, you do. You say, Michelle said you have to interview.
Well, I will message him. And Michelle, thank you so much for talking with me today. It's just been a pleasure.
You're welcome. Yes, it has. Good luck to you.
And good luck in the snowstorm.
All right. Oh, thank you. I'm going to need it.
All right. Bye now.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of On the Ice with Bernice. On today's episode, we got to meet Michelle Hunt from the Harmony Theater Company in Heartland, Michigan, and learn a little bit more about her. Would you mind doing me a favor? Would you mind subscribing to my podcast? Or maybe even sharing it with a friend? Or if you're feeling really generous, would you share it on Instagram or the Facebook? This really helps podcasts like me get going. This episode was researched and produced by Anna Blankenship and hosted by me, Bernice. And remember, everyone is welcome on the ice.